So let's quickly review which properties are indexed. The name property is indexed. We're very likely going to want to search for conferences by name. The description property is not indexed. We're not going to query for conferences by description, and it's actually fairly typical that if a property is going to have possibly a long text string as its value, that you're not going to index it. And city is indexed. We're going to want to query the conferences by city. For example, which conferences are taking place in Tokyo, which ones in San Francisco. And in our case, the start date is not going to be indexed. It's not that unlikely that you might want to query conferences by start date. It's just that in our case, we're not going to do that. Now you could have figured out which properties are indexed by looking in the source code for conference. For example, we see that name is indexed. Description doesn't have the @index annotation, so it's not indexed. And so on for the rest of the fields. But an easier way to check once you've actually created some conferences is just to look in the Datastore Viewer. And the Datastore Viewer shows you which properties are not indexed by this little unindexed annotation. You've probably already seen this, and that just means that the property is not going to be indexed. You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out that the converse is true. If you don't see the @index mark here, then the property is going to be indexed. So here we can tell that max attendees is going to be indexed. Now that we've got some conferences, we can go ahead and learn how to query on them. And Magnus is going to talk to you about the different types of queries, and then I'll talk you through how to write the code to write the queries. See you in a minute.